Joining me now from our bureau in Washington, D.C., contributing editor for Newsweek and Daily Ledger contributor Peter Roff. Peter, I'm giggling now because I'm not suggesting that President Trump is with the mafia and that Scaramucci is going to have some cement shoes anytime in the near future. I don't know. But I do know this. I read his book. And Anthony Scaramucci is an interesting guy, but he has no political center. He's certainly not a constitutionalist. President Trump is governing like a constitutionalist. He may not be doing so by design, but the net result, he is governing like a constitutionalist. And Anthony Scaramucci, again, if you read his book, he's constitutionally ignorant. And in this case, he should just shut up.
Well, you know, I hate to kick somebody when he's down, and it's hard to get farther down than you are than Anthony Scaramucci, but, you know, this guy was fired from his job before he officially started it. He runs reckless. He's a mouth with eyes and ears. I don't happen to take anything he's saying here really with a grain of salt. He doesn't speak for anybody. It'd be interesting to know if there's another New York hedge fund billionaire who doesn't like Trump, who's put Scaramucci on his payroll to go out and muddy the waters. I mean, there are people who are talking up Bill Weld, the former governor of Massachusetts, and Mark Sanford, the former governor of South Carolina, as primary alternatives to Trump. Good luck with that. I don't know who's paying for that, but I'm wondering if those same people are paying for Scaramucci now to come out and do his deal, because he doesn't look like he has very many other clients.
He does, again, if you go back to his book, it's pretty clear he has not a lot of loyalty. Maybe his family, but outside of that, he doesn't seem to have much loyalty. But let's go back, shall we? Let's go back to how the genesis of some of this, at least the recent stuff, how it started last week. This is a headline. Scaramucci says El Paso, Dayton visits were catastrophe for Trump. Now, this is the response I wrote on Twitter, and I think it's brilliant, Peter, and so I'm going to read it. The president did what he's supposed to do. The catastrophe are Beto, Biden, and company using these horrible tragedies for political gain and to advance a radical anti-2A agenda. The catastrophe would have been, Peter, if the president of the United States did not go to El Paso and did not go to Dayton and do his job.
Actually, Graham, there are people who are ready to criticize him for going to El Paso and Dayton, and there are people who would have criticized him had he not gone to El Paso and Dayton. It's a no-win situation for this president, because as I wrote in Newsweek last week, if he decided to give out vanilla ice cream to everyone that went through the tour of the White House, there'd be some people who would attack him for not giving people a choice and letting them have chocolate. And there are other people who would attack him for not attending to the needs of the lactose intolerant. It has become almost insane. It is manic, the way in which the Democrats and the mainstream media have it in for this president. I happen to think that having been wrong about him being nominated, having been wrong about him winning the election, having been wrong about him being able to achieve anything as president, and not wanting to give him credit for the phenomenal economy that we are in right now, they are bent on destroying him. And if he says black, they'll say white. If he says up, they'll say down. And there are enough political hucksters out there who are available with the shot of the day for the dollar of the day, that I don't think anybody is taking the comments of Scaramucci or Rick Wilson or John Weaver or any of these other so-called political consultants who have been trashing Trump seriously.
Well, but he also is playing right into the hands, Scaramucci is, right into the hands of the mainstream media. And Scaramucci knows this. He knows he's going to get a lot of publicity for suggesting that the Republican Party look at another nominee. That's political crazy talk. And he knows what he's doing. So again, it goes back to my initial statement. Is this guy has no center. He stands for nothing.
Well, he has no center. He has no center, but he has adult attention deficit disorder, which means he can't stand it when people aren't paying attention to him.
And he stands in the end.
This is a way to get the focus back on him.
Yeah, exactly. and it's self-serving. In the end, he stands for himself. That's it. Peter, thanks.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.